Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. For quite a while now, there has been an insidious form of insurgency that has taken place within my channel's community. You can see it on Twitter and even within my channel's own Discord. I'm speaking, of course, of the insidious nature of friendship and how that friendship can be turned against a person to pervert the nature of one's own internet identity. I'm speaking, of course, about one individual in particular, one Rachael Messer, and her attempts to subvert not only my social media, but has even managed to enlist multiple members of my moderation team to join in on her shenanigans.
Evil shenanigans.
This is Rachael Messer in the War of the Sidward. In the beginning, things started off innocuously enough, with teases on public social media and in private DMs about Rachael and her desire to destroy me, much as any true Sith apprentice would. For that is the way of things, you see. For the apprentice to one day rise up and destroy their master before taking an apprentice of their very own. This is known as the Rule of Two. Now, we've seen such similar occurrences throughout history with numerous Sith masters. The Rule of Two was actually brought into being by Darth Bane through the teachings of the Sith holocron of Darth Revan, and was brought to fruition when Darth Bane met his end at the hands of his apprentice Darth Zena. So as that is the case, it was not unexpected that this uprising would eventually occur. The early signs had begun all the way back in December, and they have slowly escalated since then to ever greater degrees of insidiousness. Starting off with simple comments such as this one that over time escalated into a full infiltration of my own Discord, as can be seen publicly announced by Rachael Messer here with the hashtag #MakeSidwardCanon. And who better to hear from than the vile usurper herself. People of the Discord, hear my degree. I think she actually meant decree there. Not big on proper grammar, I see. For too long you have been misled. You thought you were following SidAlpha, but his true name, his true calling, his true fate is that of Sidward. I have been an arch-rival of Sidward's for quite some time. You may have seen me taking a stand against him via Twitter. But today this ends. I have hacked the system. I have come here to start the desperately needed revolution. We will demand it from the streets, the rooftops, the mountaintops. Hashtag #MakeSidwardCanon or pay for your folly. And in spite of this insanely grammatically incorrect proclamation, the resulting damage has been nothing short of catastrophic. Moderators sympathetic to this usurper's machinations helped to transform my channel's Discord, relabeling all channels with the word Sid in them to contain Sidward instead. A special Sidward's Tormentor role was granted to Rachael Messer, now declaring herself openly to be the, quote, Sidward Revolution starter. The server name was altered to Sidward's only, and even the channel graphic was updated to a Sidward icon. And the members of that Discord, the most loyal of viewers, well, one can only say that betrayal is never more fatal than from those closest to you. But what Rachael Messer fails to comprehend is her levels of actual influence. Yes, she is an accomplished voice actress, having played roles in over 350 video games. Some of them she actually did a good job in addition to her work in anime and other areas. Yes, she may have a preternatural ability to sway the more easily influenced to her side, the weak-minded. Her influence is not so great as she might think. Delusion is the exemplification of a weak mind, and in that she has clearly shown her own vulnerability. My channel has drugged countless shady developers and asset flippers into the light, showcasing their actions for all to see, and in many instances, Valve had ended up being forced to remove such individuals from their platform as a result of the information uncovered. And in this, Rachael Messer will be no different. Messer fancies herself to be a bit of a streamer. She also fancies herself as a bit of a Let's Player, releasing several recent videos on the YouTube channel Rachael Messer Gaming. I myself even took part in several of those videos because, as the old saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. She thinks herself clever, but her antics are that of a high schooler. She comports herself as a smiling imp, always willing to entertain with jokes and witticisms. However, a discerning mind can see through such a facade and see the true designs hidden behind a seemingly carefree smile, simplistic and uncomplicated as those designs might be. Because what people such as this crave, what they always crave, is power. And to accomplish that, she seeks to undermine my channel, my online presence, my very brand, and co-opt it for her own ends. And so in response, I've decided to release this video to showcase some of the many actions she has taken in a deliberate attempt to undermine my channel. This folly will not stand, and if she seeks my destruction, she will face her own instead. For you see, this person, in fact, has many flaws, and as such I do not believe this person to even be worthy to lead such a revolution such as this. This person, firstly, has no genuine identity of her own, which is something that is of a vital importance to be competent enough to lead any sort of revolution, constantly changing her hair color from blue to green to purple and back again. With hair colors such as that, one would expect her to start wearing horn-rimmed glasses. A woman who also claims she is of at least in part Aboriginal descent, and yet her capacity for engaging in the ways of her people is so woefully inadequate that it actually causes pain to fur-bearing animals.
I got it!
And while I'm forced to mention animals, we can clearly see how Miss Messer here is a borderline crazy cat lady. 3 cats, 2 dogs, and 1 poor innocent little bird that was likely more traumatized by the didgeridoo playing than anyone else. And this blue-haired, overly attached animal lover and butcherer of the fine art of didgeridooing thinks that she has what it takes to bring me down? I have been faced with many dangerous opponents over the years, and Miss Messer in no way qualifies. She does not even begin to compare in that regard. Perhaps instead of attempting to come after me, she should spend less time on trolling and spend more time on taking music lessons. Lord knows her poor pets would certainly agree with me. Obviously, I'm not being serious here. This video has no true meaning behind it, and if you did think I was being serious, then I would remind you of the time that I rickrolled my own damn channel. To set the record straight, I met Rachael over 2 years ago when I was directed to her Twitter account by a mutual fan so I could sign up for her voice acting lessons. I was, to say the least, nervous. Here was this accomplished actress deigning to teach me something I had been wanting to learn my entire life, and as it turns out, it seems she was quite nervous as well due to the size of my YouTube channel. Somehow, during that time, we started talking more and more within those lessons and had gotten to know each other, which then led to conversations outside of those appointments. I found her to be a dynamic and interesting person, and we shared similar opinions on a great many things. Somehow, and I still don't quite know precisely how, she managed to crack through my cold, robot-like exterior, but with Rachael, I really did find a genuine friend, even though she does love tormenting me quite a bit. I'm not exactly the warmest of people, and there's not a lot of subtext to me. Aside from my acerbic and rather dry wit, what you see is pretty much what you get. As that is the case, I'm not exactly the easiest person to get along with, and yet I found in Rachael a friend that I could rely on and confide in without reservation. She was there for me when I really needed someone and had nowhere else to turn, even though she's over 1,000 miles away from me. She has always been there when I needed someone to talk to, when I had a worry or needed a vent. All I need do was send her a message or call. She's grown to become my best friend, and in all honesty, having such a close friend in my life has changed me very much for the better. She has helped me in immeasurable ways and has even helped make me a better human being, reminding me that compassion and consideration are valuable traits to hold on to, something that can be quite difficult given the industry I currently work in. And for that, she has earned both my respect and my gratitude, 2 things that are not easily earned, let me assure you. I basically tolerate this woman, and I'm accepting that she is in my life, which is far more than I can say for most people. So thank you, Rachael, for being there for me and for being the best friend I've ever had. I know there will be countless viewers that will be irritated over the content of this video, but you know what? Screw it. It was a bit of fun. And I'm sure, knowing Rachael, she will have quite a rebuttal posted on her channel quite soon, because if it's one thing that I know that she loves to do is troll the living hell out of me. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.